Hi, I'm Michelle Ashby, Branch Operations Officer.
I'm Hugh, Loans Recovery Officer.
My name is Denise Johnson. I'm an administrative assistant, and I'm Anudda Bajan.
And I'm Anudda Bajan.
And I'm Anudda Bajan.
Hello, I'm Gail Niles, Chief Marketing and Member/Customer Experience Officer here at the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited. If you're Anudda Bajan, this is where you belong.
Hey, I'm Wayne Taylor. I am Anudda Bajan. Growing up, I born in Louders, St. Patrick, Louders, Christchurch, where we had a good growing up. I say a good growing up. Some rough times because we come off the plantation system, where my mother works on a plantation. My father worked on a plantation. I grew up around Louders plantation, and there was the two plantation system where they had Louders plantation, Yorkshire plantation, Sears plantation, Hanners plantation, Woodburn, Hopefield, with the Seals, Foursquare. Then in the area you had Spencer's, Coverley, and Fair Valley, that whole Christchurch zone, you know? It's very, so you see where the real plantation, the plantocracy come from. And then you had Searles Factory, Carrington Factory, Foursquare Factory, and you had Buckley. I used to stay at home and hear when Searles Factory horn blow, 6 o'clock on mornings, 12 o'clock, you know, when people go home for work, lunchtime. You can stand and hear Foursquare horn, and you can hear Carrington horn. But I know when Searles horn blow, because Searles had a different blow to all the rest, right? Carrington had a different horn, a different blow, and Foursquare had a different blow. You understand? So this is how we life was centered around the whole plantation. And nearly everybody in the area used to work at the plantations. Husbands and wives, as you grow up, you know, they had the plantation system. Then the spots that people had the house on was rented land from the plantation. I remember going to the plantation and paying. My mother would give me some money, or my big brother or sister, we would go walk up to Louders and pay the plantation rent for the land. So that's, I think, every quarter, every 3 months or so, you will go and pay what you call fair rent. But in all, we had like crop season, where you used to have about, Louders had about 4 tractors that used to draw the cane. They had a lot of cane though, and everybody, the majority of workers will, will cut the cane. The men will cut the cane, the ladies will load. Will load the cane. And you will see sometimes during the crop season, you get some fire. Where Country View Estate now, all there was canes. From the telephone exchange all back up to the airport were canes. I know every well, every drainage well that was at every one of those lines, because they had the ground divided about three grounds. And they run from by the below part of Country View Estate is Louders, the territory, But sometimes when you get a controlled fire, the fire burn from the top right the way down. And one day I remember a highway come and the fire start to burn. I know how that come. My mother, we had to run up the house because the fire, it didn't skip the road, but the wind is so high that the fire went almost over the house. So we had a challenge sometimes after the crop season, which lasts about 3 months or so. Because at times, you know that we used to produce nearly 200 tons of cane, enough cane. My mother used to cut cane. My father used to drive the tractor. My mother cut cane at Searles Plantation for a lot of years. She used to cut a lot of cane, But my father used to drive the tractor at Hanners Plantation, taking the cane to the factory. But he showed me how to measure, how to rate out the canes. So the canes was, if you get a ticket, say 5.5 tons, you will know it would be five multiplied by how much per ton. So what happened is that the way I call the bookkeepers at the plantation know that some of the workers can reckon too good. And they used to short change now for them rob them, but he didn't take that chance with my mother because my father showed me how to work out the canes. So sometimes if you work, you carry 6 loads of cane or 3 loads of cane to the factory. When the tractor driver bring back the tickets, he would give them to the bookkeeper or you call it watchman. And he would give my mother the tickets or anybody that worked with that the tickets for the evening. So when Friday come now, or Thursday, he would submit, they would come now and carry back in the tickets to show them how much money you get. But I done had my mother take money reckoned out to know. But the plantation watchman know that Mr. Gallagher, son, she got some boy know. Sometimes the money used to be out by a cent. Not rob, she called that. I done had the idea how to rate out the money. So it's so important reckoning and understand education is. So we had that part before, but my father, he take all the majority of the canes to the 4 Square factory. And but he had a good idea about business. And one of the good things that my father left with me, every Friday, my father would give me a silver dollar. I thought in 1976, because a silver dollar was a lot of money that time, but listen, half of that, 50 cents out of that belonged to my sister. I tell me what, dear, if you spend a cent out your sister 50 cents, that's what you worth. You bought and sold for a cent. And you could bet that 50 cents, that dollar bill discipline me from day to day. My father told me one day, when you're working, every time you get paid, put down something for yourself. That's why second thing he tell me. The third thing he tell me, if you can't save nothing when you don't have no responsibility. When you get responsibility, you can't get nothing saved. And today, 62 years, that never left me. It was rooted in me from that day to today. We need to teach the people some disciplines. You understand? My mother used to keep telling me, yeah, I want to start pointing at things that people got. Unless somebody point at some things that when I got, when I don't work, when I don't get paid. Huh? Another thing she tell me, don't buy the same thing twice. If you buy a fork today, buy a spoon tomorrow. And you know, these little disciplines that never go away from me, you know? But in all, the community, I was raised by the community because everybody on Louders Hill was family. All was family. Because you see, they interlock into one another. And you know how you see a community used to raise children? All of you play together. All of you play together. And one of the good things is I can't remember as a youngster growing up that I had anybody in St. Patrick that never worked. I don't know what I play with. You had the carpenters who were youngsters but go and learn a trade, you know, carpentry, masonry. They didn't allow long cutting out like you had before. Who went on the plantation, you understand? And then the community built up and built up. Then when the crop season finished, you know, because a lot of money used to stir in the crop season, where you work per ton and how much can you produce. Then when the crop done, what the people will call hard times. When things get hard, some workers work 2 days, 3 days, you know? But anyhow, they will plant, the people plant potatoes. Some will plant corn. Some will plant yams, eddos, you know? And you will work with that. But all in all, the plantation, they call it plantocracy, I disciplined those people in such a way that they learn, you know, they chose something called a meet and turn, where they learn to build some of the things they achieve, right? They sit down and wait, nobody handing nothing. I remember people used to use the children as investments. Listen to this here. My mother had 11 children. I had 10 or 11. You could imagine, you could imagine how the children had to look after one another. But when people get children now, right? See, like, as long as they're working, all of them had to put down something to contribute to family, like supermarket, you know, because the little bit of money people getting. But the problem, the thing the old people had, they were disciplined people. One thing they're going to for, they got a box tied with a flower bag, right, on the head. One thing they can't tongue, a lard oil bottle, because you don't make lard oil, so, right? You're going to for lard oil, you're going to for butter, you're going to for sugar, it may be salt, meat, or thick flour and rice. But you know, in terms of home, you had fowls in the yard. That's $1 saved, is $1 earned. You had chickens, you had eggs, and everybody had a little kitchen garden. You had one had sheep, had goat, a cow. So you see how the economy of scale had worked within the confines. And if you might have had 4 children working, and 4 then give she $25 or $20. You know, she can't take $20 out of that money. $60 put back down there to think, because she had the other confines, you understand? The support, she had the support from at least the yard where she plant, she corn, she plant, everything, almost everything she plant in the house, around the house. And everybody had a chore. I remember in the early 70s when you didn't have anybody that had running water, and we had to go and bring water from that standpipe up on loaders, call that loaders standpipe near the plantation. Everybody, you had a can home now, you know. So the kitchen now, you know, the kitchen was a marble floor. So you had a big 60-gallon drum in there. You gotta forget that can between you and your brothers and sisters. You gotta fill up that can before you go to school. So you got the smaller children will come with either a little gallon bucket. The rest we got a little 2-gallon bucket, and we gotta bring about 5 or 6 terms to get that can full. You understand? So that's how you make sure that can full. Meat, or we eat every day, they like that, yeah. But you get early in the morning, they had something called green tea. Green tea, I don't know what you know. Green tea is a tea now, like in a pot, not in the tea bags. So you have to put some of that, and your parents will put it in some boiling water and see the drawing the tea. You know what drawing the tea? Put it to steep there. Put it to steep. And then after the time now she will go a strainer. And they had sweetened milk, not a condensed milk. You know what I mean? That condensed, condensed, not evaporated, the other one. Sweetened milk, which is condensed milk. And you will pour that you tea, you stir. And when you're done, you pour, you make sure you got your strainer. So the boy get the tea. Then, I don't know, but it has 2 biscuits and things stirring. But then you get like, what you say get irregular, you get food once a day. And you get the saltfish, that is stirring red herring. That's what I call mackerel. And then chicken is on a Sunday. Cause you have the law of fish to kill the law of meat, so you understand? So when you look around and see where we come from, we come a long way. With fridge, and then you had the gas stove. When you talk about baking now, you got kerosene oil stove, and you're baking, you got the kerosene oil stove, this oven on top, this kerosene oil stove. And you might have bake the bread and put this oven that could about 3 or 4 bread that time, because the oven is small. The kerosene oil in there, you know, you have oil burning, heat in your house. But all in all, what people learn, right? How to survive. They learn how to survive. And the days when those people work for cents, they save dollars. And, you know, they save dollars. Some people had 10, 11 children and still, you know, the ends meet because they learn sacrifice. They learn how to build from there. Coming to Christmas now. When Christmas time come, you know, everybody go to be scrubbing. Around the plantation has something called cash grass. You ever about cash? Cash grass is something that people you go and cut their cash grass and put it to dry. When you put it in the dry now, there'll be a stuff the bed with. God, they had no slum before me, no slum but nothing. You buy the cash grass, and your old lady will stitch, your mother will stitch this cloth together. You understand? And when that grass dry, you will ram this bed thing, you know, and then you put that. Every time you learn, you hear bare noise keeping because the grass no turning. But in growing up, like life then is easy, but it's how you make it. People used to share. You know, the children go to school sometimes. I even went to school barefoot for a little bit. At St. Patrick's Boys' School. Going to school at St. Patrick's Boys' School. Right now, the churchyard and the school was one complex. The churchyard, the graveyard was our classroom. You could imagine that. I had a lot of trees. Inside the churchyard. And when you see the outside hot, so no teachers got 5 classes in the churchyard set up on graves. We never do nothing. We used to get school meals. The school meals room was 3 feet from the grave, the nearest grave. And when we eat, we used to take out the bread, put the meat in the bread or cake and come out and sit down on the grave. And we eat lunch on the grave. And the boy never do the boy. I do the boy nothing. You understand? Up to now still, St. Patrick got one of the smallest churchyard in Barbados, but there's very everybody that dead in St. Patrick churchyard. I dropped one of them and said, yo, the piece that here like this go wrong and make room for one another. Because I can't understand, for all my little years, I still see people in St. Patrick burying at St. Patrick. A small cemetery. You understand? So which means that St. Patrick is a special place. I learned a lot of things from the older fellas. St. Patrick's, again, when we come back to the round shop. But you know, I always, Moses in the Bible. Moses walked up with the older men of Israel. But one thing, I used to sit down. But the round shots that regular as a little boy about 13 years old. But you know, you can them get in a room, you learn a lot of things from them. I always like to sit there with the old men. And I learn a lot from the old men. You know? I want to tell them, man, Jesus rode the donkey to Damascus because he was the most fearful and willing animal on the face of the earth. You understand? And all of the habits that these people would teach you, that you know how to survival, that some of you teach you a skill, because as I said to you, I never come along and find the unemployed people. Most of those men had responsibilities, who would keep cows, keep sheep, had a trade, keep animals, the work ground. So there was always active. Not saying that we were. I remember my first motorcycle. You know, when I went to Robert Secondary School. I went to Robert Secondary School in 1976, 77. I will never forget the turning point where primary school used to be to class 7, right? When school leaving, you have something called school leaving. And when you do 6, 7, and you get through the certificates, that's when Robert Secondary started and school done away with. So you only had children going to school up to 14, I think 14, right? The done away with 11 plus now. So when we done away with not done with 11 plus, you won't have a class, you go out to class 4. That way you get like a composite. So after class 4 now, all of the children I think from 1977, yeah. So all those children went to secondary school, where Robert Secondary in Garrison absorbed majority. That's where Robert Secondary started. They started in Block B, the Garrison. And I went over to Robert Secondary. My wife went to school with me. And as I said, when I was in upper fifth, my wife was in lower fifth. And every 5 minutes, out of every 15 minutes of break, I used to 5 minutes out to go across the corner. You know what I mean? Because I never said to me, everybody go to school. I know you had a lot of girls at school, you know, and I enjoy my school days. This 30th of July was 30 years that we married. You know? But it's between some ups and some downs between thick and thin. And you have to learn to, you know, I do what people say, tongue and teeth has got words. But I mean, tongue and teeth has got words, but if you bite your tongue, you have to pollute your teeth. But you know, so far, I have no regrets. And I decided I never wanted children till I get a family till I get somewhere to call home. And that's what my mission statement was embedded. They got some girls know that. But tell you what, where you saying that, you know. I used to be president of my West Coast Association, Robert Lewis, West Coast, for 20 years. You understand? I used to never left my school. So my band here, look, my band's along my hand. I used to wear my band. So my school become an integral part of my life. All of my friends went to school with me. I left school a Saturday, a Friday in 1980. Right? I went and joined the West Coast Association the Saturday. I left school in 1980. And I went to work at a place called Temporary Electrical. I spent 4 years there. 4 years there. And when I came, I left there and I went to the post office in 1984. Right? I went to the post office, the postman in 1984. And at 22, I just returned in February, so I spent 40 years in the system. But it was having me a lot to be because I met a lot of people in my time, my career as a postman. I met a lot of people, a lot of the older people that have taught me. You see when the rain used to fall? So the rain come down, the rain don't fall now, you see in the 80s, sorry, the 80s, in the 90s, and 2000s. So the rain come down, and you got to stand in somebody else almost 2 hours before the rain start falling. And there's when the older people impart some good knowledge and disciplines in you, you know? But even the neighborhood, the structure of the neighborhood and the family structure. So you learn who belongs to who, you know, and automatically you realize this is a good job where we could communicate and we could understand the structures of families. And that worked well for me. And I learned every district at my office, all. About 14 districts off, I learned. And in the course of that time, I did a lot of training with the Barbados Workers Union. I did multiple courses. I even had a certificate for that certificate there for outstanding contribution I made to the development of the post office division by the Barbados Workers Union. I was shop steward at the credit union. I was a rep still in the Public Workers Credit Union. But I did work ethics, attitude, and motivation, understanding the structure of business. So all in all, I was rounded in terms of seeing how things develop, a lot of training, you know. Credit union had a lot of training, finances and understanding certain structures of how you build wealth, how you borrow money, you know. and so far, I had a very good routine in as far as those things are concerned, right? So, here where I live now, in 1990, heart of the recession, 91, I bought some land here where I live, and I would start the real rigors of construction. I had an old lady live over there, the next side, Miss Brown. I never forget Miss Brown. Miss Brown, every day Miss Brown would tell me when I go, Post, go and try. She never give me a cent, you know, but the encouragement the old lady give me, go and try. And she give me a Psalm 125. And I read that Psalm. I read that Psalm almost every day. I leave my Bible there, go up on the stairs, but that Psalm 125. I know what the Psalm there. For they that trust in the Lord shall be like Mount Zion. For the Lord shall be like a mountain around his people, that the scepter of the wicked shall not prevail against the righteous. I get a lot of strength from these old people who, in the humble way, right, they teach you, you know, respect. Oh, when you come and say, go on away today, you know, the only body they might see for the day postman, to the children come back home. I remember I had this old lady that she was sick. She couldn't move. Her daughter used to go to work and come home about 12. And you know, every day party about 11 o'clock, half by 11, I used to go to the oven and put she food on the table for she eat. She eat the children come up. So you see, you build a family. You feel a part of the community. You know, you feel a part of the community. So this old lady, she has a pension. I used to go home unless she gets her pension. So I ain't gotta worry, cause as long as pension come, I can share, but you know my pension coming. These is people that make you feel, you know. This lady, you know, she was 100. And let me tell you, the back bending down, but they still got the word. I just, even if I don't have a letter for this lady, I would stop, cause she lived by herself, and exchange a word with she. Got to come, you know what I mean? And then the pleasures they get from the older people who at least will pass back. You know, will pass back some knowledge of the area. And it is amazing. We talk about literacy. But I met one lady in my time that can write. One. I talk about that at school, them old people, you know, that can write. But I think they could have froze anything, because all of you so write the same way. Like they write with the same pen, or the teacher teaches they write, you know, the same handwriting like a print. Yeah, that's a part of my career that I really enjoy. And I spent 36 years on the road as a postman, as a carrier, and I spent 4 years in management supervising. I officially retired February 5th, 40 contented years. I am Wayne Taylor, a community man, an entrepreneur, and I'm just another Bajan.